Welcome to another episode of River Publishers podcast. My name is Sadia Anwar, Acquisition Editor at River Publishers. Today we have a very special guest with us, Joan Cabestany. Joan is one of the editors of an important book, Holter for Parkinson's Disease Motor Symptoms, Teknon. Joan, welcome to our podcast. To start off, could you please introduce yourself in a few lines so that our listeners know about you in a detailed way?
Okay. Thank you, Sadia, for this brief introduction. And in order to introduce myself, I'm professor at the Universitat Politècnica de Catalunya, it's a technical university in Barcelona, in Spain. I am professor of electronics in the electronic engineering department, and I have been involved in European projects and research activity till now. And one of the results of this research activity is IP that we use in order to elaborate the device we are presenting in the book you mentioned before. I was, in fact, the coordinator of the European project REMPARK. REMPARK was an important project in order to obtain technological contribution and development for better management of the Parkinson disease in order to help people affected by this condition to improve the quality of life. And the book is trying to explain how we have been proceeding in order to obtain a medical device that a small company, Spanish company, is commercializing right now.
That's great. Now let's dive into some of the questions that we have with us. Given your insights about Parkinson's disease and the availability of different tools, how would you position the significance of Teknon in the landscape of current and emerging technologies for Parkinson's management?
Okay, the use of the technology in the management of Parkinson's disease is a reality right now. People and professionals, health professionals, are using more and more this kind of technology, mainly in order to assess the different symptoms that can be detected by the different devices, the different sensors we can identify in the nowadays. Teknon is one of the best solutions because it's has been very well tested, and in my opinion has been correctly accepted by many of the professionals that has been using this solution. In concrete, the aim of the device is to try to identify correctly the different movement symptoms related with the disease that is affecting these patients. Which is the main utility of this identification is the correct information and objective information to the professionals that in this way can adapt and correct, if it's necessary, the treatment and to adapt correctly the needs of the patients. And this is the main objective of our solution at that moment.
These are very interesting points, especially for our listeners. Moving on to another question, remote monitoring is very important in modern healthcare ecosystem. Could you elucidate on its transformative impact, especially considering the Parkinson's disease, both for patients and medical professionals?
I think that it's very, very important to state that the telemedicine is here. Is not a future, is a concrete reality, mainly after the problems we got with the pandemic period, etc. This is a reality that has been established in the different treatments that it's possible to use and to prescribe to different conditions. Parkinson is a good candidate. Why? Because the current problem with the management of the Parkinson disease is the fact that the disease is evolving and depending on each patient. Each patient is different, and the evolution of these patients are very different one from the other. And the professional must to have objective and correct information of the evolution of the disease. If the professional is only interviewing and considering and evaluating the patient 1, 2, or 3 times a year in the consultation, this is a very poor information, a very biased information that the professional has. Using our technology, in general, all the technology related with the detection of the movement, is possible to have the correct assessment of the different symptoms during the normal life of the patient and in normal conditions, at home, doing the normal activity, etc. And this is a very crucial information in order to evaluate correctly not only the symptoms but also the evolution, the progression of the disease. And this is a very important and interesting information that the professional can have available at the moment.
That's very insightful, Professor Joan. Now, seeing the Parkinson's therapy, primarily it moves around the symptom management. How instrumental is STAT-on in guiding therapeutic adjustments?
Well, this is a very interesting and crucial point, and in fact was one of the main objectives we focused at the beginning when we decided to develop and to put our efforts on the developing of this device. Why? Because I mentioned before the objective evolution of the different symptoms in real conditions give one important information to the professional that can be used in order to adjust, to change medication, and to evaluate which is the relationship between, for example, the moment where the patient is taking the medicine and how many time is necessary to obtain the effects of this medication. And with the information that our device is giving to the professional can try to adapt correctly and to adjust correctly the relationship between the number of time that the patient must to take the pills, the different dosage, etc., etc. And this is well, in fact, is the main objective we established when we decided to develop this solution.
Thank you for such a detailed answer, Professor Joan. Finally, based on your experience and feedback from the extensive use of STAT-on, how do you envision its role in reshaping the future of Parkinson's disease understanding and management?
Well, this is well, I think that this question is a very interesting one, and is possible to give an overview related with the preceding ones. In fact, in the book we are presenting today, in chapter 6, in concrete chapter 6, is presenting a set of real cases that has been reported by different neurologists and professionals of working in the movement disorders units in different hospitals in Spain. Okay, if I remember correctly, it's 12 or 13 different cases with real patients in different conditions, different ages, and very different situations. All the cases are presented in a very standard way, presenting before the medical history of the patient. After that, the medication scheme that the patient was receiving at that moment, and is also introduced the reason why the professional decided to use statin in order to investigate more deeply which is the different symptoms, the evolution of these symptoms, etc. The very important conclusion of this chapter is that case by case, the professional is giving his opinion about the benefits reported by the use of statin. In one case, for example, is the professional says using statin, the patient is able to recognize very well the different symptoms that affected him, because the patient sometimes is not able to identify the symptoms, is not able to know what is happening at a given moment. Using the statin and the correct advice of the professional is one way to empower the patient with the disease, and in this way is possible also to establish a better relationship between the doctor and the patient. And the result is an empowering of the patient with the treatment, with the healthcare, and the motivation to do some other different things in order to not to improve, because Parkinson is not possible to is one disease that has no curation, and it's not possible to obtain a better state, but at least we can mitigate the effects and we can try to obtain a better quality of life. Another very interesting conclusion done by different professionals is that using these kind of tools, and in concrete statin, is possible to identify candidates to the use of different treatments. For example, treatments that are using some kind of technology. For example, the use of infusion pumps, for example, or deep brain stimulation solutions, etc. And this is another very, very important fact that must be put in relief.
This is very, very interesting. Thank you so much, Professor Joan, for sharing your experience and insights about your book with us and with our listeners.
Okay.
Please don't forget to check out Professor Joan's book at River Publishers platform. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you, Sadia. Bye.